Gonna wait. Yo, yo, yo. Smash that like button. Tap, tap, tap that screen. Y'all already know. I guess I go ahead and share it out to a couple friends. Let's get the real ones in the building. Let's see what we can do. Let's see. I might take these pause right quick. What's going on, y'all?
Come on, then. Let's go make your body. Come on.
What's going on? Stop all that whining. Oh, y'all ain't got to tap that screen, huh? Y'all ain't gonna tap it? Y'all tighten up so we can get it going. Y'all see it's about Move, Atlantis, and Lemuria. You know what I mean? Since some people don't know where Lemuria is, some people don't know what Mu is. You know what I mean? Tap the screen. Let me know you're in the building. Come on now. Ain't nothing to it. We can get some questions or whatever going. Let's get it. Let's see what else I can show. Okay. Let's see. I know I ain't following that, but am I following that? I don't even want to follow them. I gotta eliminate some of these followers or friends. They ain't hitting on nothing. Peace to the gods. What's going on? Peace to Space Cadet. You know, I wish a couple of y'all had them 1,000. We can get this popping. Thank you. Okay. Why don't I send out the request? What's going on, brother? See, see what we got going. Move, Atlantis. Hmm? You know when we talk about move, we talk about the three lands of the West. You know what I mean? As you can see, one, two, three. The three lands of the West. That's how the Mayans describe it. Right? Some people get move confused with Lemuria, but it's not the same. It's not. Nope. Some people get it confused with Atlantis, and it's not the same. It's not Atlantis. But peace to the God, brother Yusuf. Peace to Salem in the building. What's going on, y'all? Y'all tap that screen. Help spread that algorithm. Don't tell me y'all scared to tap it. Gosh, damn, I ain't say hit it 1,000 times. Don't worry about it. My lady friends, they'll be here. They'll be here to help a brother out. Okay, okay, I appreciate it. Know what I mean, it's like they say, more likes can attract viewers. Keep it up. Y'all gonna make me like it? Yeah, they lie about the map. Know what I mean? Peace to Fatima. I wonder, can you let me see. Okay, you balling. Fatima, you balling. Go ahead and come on up here. You got enough followers. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about a little bit, a couple of them lies. You know what I mean? Because they definitely lied about the map. You know. And it's crazy how some people don't like me, but they use my talking points. I be like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Oh yeah, I ain't. I just know it's an old map. You know what I mean? It's just an old map or a depiction of an old map showing the car lines and the Negroid lines. You see these lines? You see these lines going right here? It's supposed to be showing the path of mankind. Or you're not mankind, but you know. The Negroid people is what they're calling us. Yep. So they're saying this is the path across humanity that you find us. You find us across these lines. Mhm. These Negroid and Kara lines. You know. When they saying the Kara, you know, I'm looking at it like they're talking about, you know, so-called, Asiatic type people, right? And Negroid people. And this is where you're finding them. You're finding them along these equators, right? Once you say you sent it, no, I ain't get no message. Hold on, let me follow you. Then I know it probably pop up. What's going on?
Hey, hey, peace.
Peace.
Yeah, so it start sometimes when I get on live, it be acting crazy or whatever. So it might drop down if it start echoing. But
Yeah, I know.
what I wanted to say is that they the map is wrong. Um, I'm not saying I'm right or I'm wrong because I'm still studying it, but I believe that where we at is Asia.
Mm-hmm.
If you look on my page, I can't talk. You'll see what I'm talking about because Texas is actually where the elephants and stuff was at. So as you've been hearing, they say we are the Indians. So when Christopher Columbus came, he had navigators with him. He knew exactly where he was going to, and he said he seen India. He seen Indian people. He landed in India, which is really Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So the map is wrong. We're the side where Asia and stuff is the land of Shem. And that's who we descended from Shem because Noah gave Shem the land. And that's why they don't like us and they put us at the bottom and they came over here. When they came over here, Ham and Japhet was the ones that sinned. So therefore they the ones came over here and conquered and took over our land because they was mad and jealous of Shem. So we the descendants of Shem. We're on the Asian side. All that is Shem's land. Europe is the Japhet, and Africa is Ham. And then
Mm-hmm.
he got the bigger side. He got all the big side where the milk and honey is at. So we're in the land of the milk and honey, and we are descendants from Shem.
Now I ain't gonna lie. I look at Africa as Kush, just because that's what it's been called. It's been
Well,
called.
when you go in the Bible, you'll see that Hamites are the Africans. See, with the West, we was all one landmass at one
I
time.
mean, I know
But
they say that,
yeah,
but
but we had some of our own people that betrayed us, and they went to Africa. You know what I
see, see,
mean?
see, in the ancient world, the letter H meant the. So when you seeing words with H in it, like even ham, it's really saying the am. Or like when you say Hebrew, it's really saying the Hebrew.
Yeah, but that's fine. I was just explaining the way that they got it in the Bible,
I'm
and the
saying
way
that,
the way
I'm
the
saying
map
that this is still the America. You feel me? AM. Just like what I'm saying. I'm just saying the H is really saying the.
to Mary.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The T was saying the in that situation. You feel me? It's
Asia. You know, it,
America.
it's been changed so many times. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that's what we descended from. If you look at the map and stuff and everything like that, and because I read the book of Enoch and how the elephants helped when we was getting conquered and things like that. And so all the like South America, we have our peoples in South America as well. And
That's, that's where we're from. We're
it's
not from.
all one landmass. I mean, I talked to my friend that was South America, and she said that we from us in America always been here.
Yeah, but
And
we don't come from North America. Is what I'm saying. Like North America was uninhabitable. Like
yeah,
way, way back. Not like last 6,000 years. It's been broke. But I'm talking about people try. You can like North America is not a cradle of civilization to me.
what you say? I can hear you.
I say North America wasn't a cradle of civilization to me
Right
because
to me, yeah, to me too. Yeah.
it's too cold. It was iced out.
And did you see that too? And you
Yeah,
understand, like I'm like Jesus. I'm in the Caucasus Mountains, so cold. So it make you wonder too, like you know, it's we already know about the weather system, anyways. But
yep. Anywhere you find that equator, you're gonna find us, and I mean all the way around the world. You
yeah,
know, like we wouldn't have been in Canada and all of this frozen tundra. I'm
nah,
I'm wherever the old make is at. You know what I mean? Wherever you find the
yeah,
old make is, I'm rocking with it.
yeah. I can't do the code.
No, I can't do it. I'm a Floridian, so I don't even.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't thinking about no Snow.
Yeah, and this your first time on live?
Pretty much, yep. Going
Okay.
live. One of my first times. It was one of my first. I don't know where all my friends at. I know
Probably
they're gonna
probably
pop up.
sleep.
Yeah, yeah, it's late. Right. But nah, they
I
be up. They be thugging. They some YouTube. I mean, they some TikTok thugs. You know what I mean?
yeah, I had to get off. I was on looking at some things, about other people saying we ain't the Indians or whatever, but I had to get my mind straight and get off of that. Cause I feel like that's a low vibration. You know what I'm saying? We already know who we is, and I ain't trying to go back and forth with people.
Exactly.
So I start studying the map. So I went to the library today. I got a big old printout of Christopher Columbus map of the map that he seen when he came over here. So I got a printout of that map. I got another map as well that I hung on my wall because I really want to know where we at because it don't seem right. Because it's like they've been lying to us forever. Why would they tell us the truth about where we at?
Yeah, yeah. Like I want to pull up that map from Zing He. You know, Zing He is the Asian explorers that came 1419. You know, like 70 years before Columbus.
Do they look like us or they look like the other people?
They look like the modern day Mexicans.
Oh yeah, they all the same. They
Yeah,
them
exact
the
same. Exact same.
them Japheth's children.
Yeah, I'm just bringing up that he had a map
Oh
in his
yeah, you got to post that so I can see that. Yeah, cause
yeah,
that's what I'm studying now, the maps.
yeah, and the map of Zing He seems backwards compared to what we used to. You know what I mean? But it's probably more accurate because this is he literally found America using that map. So
Right.
we think it's backwards, but it's probably accurate.
Like
You know what I mean?
Asian stuff is on the side America's on, and America and that so called ah South America is on the other side. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? But it's yeah, I gotta do some more research.
Y'all tap that screen, shut it live. You know, go hey, share it to your favorite hater. You know what I mean?
I ain't got none of them. And if I do, I don't know who they are.
I do. I don't know. I don't know. You know, as soon as you see the word more, like, that they turn into haters. You know what I mean? They freak out. They freak out. Oh, it's a more.
Oh,
It's they don't care about the information. Everything might be wrong that you're saying just because you're more. You can't. No, it's wrong. But then guess what? When I go on they live and listen to them, they repeating what I said. I'd be like, I thought I was wrong.
see the one thing about it that I've been reading the book The Washita and
Oh
things
yeah.
like that. Yeah, we had it was two different groups. You had the MUUR, and then you had the MOOR.
No, I mean put it like this. There was no MOOR. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they're all really the same move. You feel me?
yeah. So the ones that
Like
the ones
this,
that
this,
came
this is ancient, ancient, ancient,
Moo
ancient.
Moo. Yep.
MOO is 7-Eleven.
Now where
So
where is that right? What part is that right there?
this in behind California. Move.
Okay.
Yep.
Just like when you say mom, moo.
Yep. Mother.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. Everybody just
Yeah.
need to.
Move means original. That's why we call ourselves Moors because we're saying we're the original.
Yeah, but you know how the conquerors, they done messed that up. But like I said, it's MU. Well, I was spelling it because in the book I read it said MUUR. So, but I
It's
knew
a
that.
million ways to spell it.
Yeah, but
But
I
I
know that
understand
the MOOR. I knew that was just a bunch of them was copiers or trying to be, and that was more confusion.
it could be confusing.
Yeah, but
But
I
but
already know
it's
under the MU. I seen that too. MU. Yeah, and then I was saying like we got the M on in the middle of our palm of our hand. We got the M, the letter.
well, yeah, the original people do. Some
Yep.
of us.
Got people say it's X. Nah, it's an M. Yep.
I know you see mine.
Yep. Got the same thing.
They know who I am.
And at the
I ain't
bottom
gonna
of
lie.
your feet, they look at your hands in the hospital when you're born. They look at the bottom of the feet and they know who you are.
Better believe it. That's why all these people be talking crap to me. I don't be worried about it. I be like, come on now. I got I got O negative. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I got M in the palm. You know what I mean? It don't get no more copper. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Shh. I'm the real deal. I don't care what they talking about.
Yeah, I don't need. I ain't got time for it.
Real.
Cause that's one thing about it.
And
Like I
then
can't.
they literally just woke up during the pandemic. Like I don't know why they would play with me. You know what I'm saying? They babies. You know what I'm saying? I respect and I love it, and I know how to feed peas and carrots to a baby. I know I can't feed them steak and you know what I'm saying? I know I can't feed them steak.
Yeah. Well, we all. Everybody's. Waking up now. So we just gotta.
It'll still be a while.
I always look at it like it's gonna fall into place. Everything gonna end up making sense and look, and everybody gonna be seeing it. And they be like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
yeah, that's how I look at things. Like they gonna, everybody's waking up now, and everybody gonna see the truth. It's gonna come out.
Peace, peace. What's going on?
Nothing. What's up?
Just chilling, chilling. You know, trying to see who nerves I can get on now. You know what I'm saying? Nah,
Is that what you guys thrive off of, getting on people's nerves?
I do it on accident. You know what I mean? It ain't
I
no.
don't. I don't. I barely get on live, so I don't got time for it.
I mean, the truth hurts.
Yeah, it
So
do.
I
But
be
I'm
doing
not.
it on
I'm not a
accident.
hurtful person, so I let them figure out on their own. Just let people figure stuff out on their own.
I mean it.
I
I mean
just
I be
got kicked out
going.
of somebody else's live for having this conversation about you Moors. I don't know nothing about the Moors in America. I don't know what y'all stand for, what you don't stand for. I don't know what books you read or what laws. I know nothing about the Moors.
I'm not.
And I get
I'm
kicked
not
out
no.
the
I'm
live.
not no more. I'm not no more. But since he explained it to me with the MU, I understand that it means mom. Mother. So I understand all that. But I'm indigenous. I'm the original person.
Mm.
So I figure I study stuff before I say that I before I claim anything.
Indigenous to what?
The planet to me. That's what I say. Indigenous
This
really
the
means to the
the,
planet.
the
People
planet.
people gonna claim one continent, but indigenous means to the planet.
Yeah.
You came to my live, right?
Who?
And
Who?
he Mr.
Oh.
What's your name?
My name D Calico, but you can say Moorish. Everybody be like Moorish.
Okay, so Morris came to my live, and I don't really remember what he was saying, but for me, I claim indigenous to Africa because my parents are from Africa, born and raised in Liberia, from West
Hmm.
Africa.
Hmm.
I when it comes to all this other stuff, it's brand new to me. I first learned about Moors, I forgot, a little while ago. And what I do know about Moors is that they were heavy in the human trafficking trade during those times. They sold other people into the trade. That's what I know about Moors.
But you
Everything
don't know
else, I
that.
don't
That's,
know.
that's what you heard. I would say that I feel like that's what you've heard, but you can't say you know that. And like we never really partook in no real slavery. Nah, wasn't no transatlantic slave trade with Moors, Muslims, none of that. You know what I mean?
I
Wait,
think
whoa,
what
whoa, whoa,
she's
whoa, whoa,
talking
whoa,
about,
whoa, whoa,
she's
whoa,
talking
Portuguese.
whoa, whoa,
about
whoa.
the black mobility that's from Europe that said that they were blackamoors. Not
It wasn't.
them are copycats of us.
They kicked
We
us
are
out. They kicked
yeah.
us out. 3 million Moors left. What y'all call Spain? If y'all want to just act like those are the only Moors existed, 3 million Moors got kicked out of Spain. Only thirty
If you
thousand
say that the
stayed.
Muslims didn't participate in the human trafficking trade, the
I'm telling
Muslims
you,
didn't
there was
participate.
no transatlantic slave trade with them, and no, like no, it'd be way different.
Really?
It was different from what I've studied.
What
I,
did
I
you
know,
study?
I know. Nobody's
Hold
been through
on.
the slavery that we went through.
Can I say
Nobody went
something,
through.
Uh,
please? We it was just a peaceful conversation. It's not like you coming on here kind of aggressive. It's okay. We're not your
I,
enemy.
I'm a
Me?
I'm gonna correct you real quick. I'm from the East Coast. This is how I
And
talk.
I'm from America. I'm from
Great, but
Mary.
I'm
I'm from
from the East Coast.
Mary.
I'm from the East Coast.
Okay, but you're not
He came.
just
He
calm
was
down a little bit. This was peaceful.
no. This is how I speak. I'm very sorry, Moorish. If
Okay,
you
well,
feel,
okay,
if
but you
excuse
kind of
me.
you sound like you trying to blame him for something
I'm
that
not
happened
blaming.
over
If I
there.
listen.
And
I am from the
we
East
wasn't
Coast.
even talking about the Moors
Everything that
like
I
that.
say, everything that I say is direct. If I felt like I wanted to be disrespectful, I'm gonna do that. But he came to my live, and I'm having a conversation with him because I want to
Okay,
know
when
how
you
he did not get to
I'm a
express
nice
himself on
meeting
my
you.
live.
I'm gonna drop down because when you came on here, you sounded kind of aggressive, like you was mad,
Okay, well,
like you was
bye.
gonna jump from Africa
Bye,
and come
goodbye,
to
bye,
America. You know what I'm saying? That's how you sound, like you was gonna
bye.
jump from Africa and come to America with that bull crap.
What are you I was born and
Learn how to
raised here.
talk
What are you talking about?
respectful though.
What are you
Learn how
talking
to
about?
talk
I was born and raised
respectful.
here on the East Coast. If you have a problem with
Okay,
how I
East
speak,
Coast,
you're
West Coast,
soft. So go to the
whatever.
left. Go to the left. Go to the
But see
left.
how
You
your
mad. Be
attitude
mad.
is? We was having a peaceful conversation. You
I
came in
don't
about
care, lady. I
evil.
was talking to Morris. He
Hey,
wasn't mad about
hey,
what I was
hey,
saying.
But
You
I'm
Fatima,
got
just
mad.
saying though, like you kind of rude.
hey, Fatima,
I
me
didn't
and the
say nothing
people
that was
listening.
rude. I'm from the
Hey,
East.
hey,
What are you mad about?
Fatima,
We was
Fatima,
talking about the map.
hey, sister.
Good. And
Hey,
I asked him a question. And I'm not, you know
one
what?
second,
If
one
you were,
second, one
he
second, one
invited
second,
me up. He
I feel
invited
one
like
me
you
up
second.
got
for a
you got a
reason.
problem with us over here in America, don't you?
Anyways, Mr. Morris,
Yeah,
I'm so
that's what I
sorry because
thought.
I came over here. I came over here to talk to you. I'm not trying to violate nobody tonight because I could get real disrespectful, but I'm not
And
about to
I
do that.
can too.
So
What's
when
up?
you came to my live, Mr. Morris, you were
Yeah.
telling me something. I forgot what you was telling me about, but it was more on the laws of that book that you guys read. I don't. I've never heard of that book before until you
Like the
came on,
circle
and you
seven
was
Quran, because I don't really speak on that. But you talking about the circle
one of
seven?
you. Yeah, it was you and somebody else, another guy who was more. But when you left, he ended up leaving too, unfortunately. So I didn't get to hear what you had to say. But
Mm.
you did say that you know your people never claimed black. You never called yourself black before. And I was trying to tell you that in my native tongue,
Yeah, your
we've
native
always
tongue.
called ourselves. Yeah. So
But
when you say
but
like,
I
"Oh,
would
I'm
say
not black," like,
no, no,
go
no,
ahead, go
no.
ahead.
I'm saying you're associating the wrong word with that. But I understand what you mean because you trying to get a point across, and before we trying to have a understanding. So we're gonna use the word black to describe that color, but it's still literally not correct. You feel me? The word black
Okay.
literally does not mean that color. So I understand that Kim and like you said, I know Zanzibar literally means the black sand. I know it's so many ways to describe that color, but literally black means pale in this language. But if we just use it connotatively, but denotatively, it doesn't mean that. So we don't became accustomed to what they taught us instead of probably doing the work on our own. So I understand what you're saying. And then the real problem is because sentimentally we can all agree that we black, but in a court of law, like lawfully, we can't stand on that. Lawfully is it's gonna put you in a crippling position. You're gonna be a second class citizen. You're agreeing to be a second class citizen, even though you're the oldest people in the world. Like, why would we do that?
So you're saying that so in my country we have we only have 32 indigenous languages. We're not like the other countries that have like 250 plus indigenous languages. my language, when we say "miti," which because we had the YT people come over to our country, so we classified them as Kui and we classified us as "miti." So when you say that's not what it translates to, what do you mean by that?
The word black,
Yeah,
its
what do you mean by
original,
that?
its original meaning is means pale. Like we know, like you could just take the letter C off because it was a letter K, it wasn't a letter C. Just spell, just spell it without the C. Just spell black like that, or spell Blake. The word Blake literally means pale. You know, like when we see names, names literally mean it. Like I went to a school called Howard W. Blake, and when you look up Howard W. Blake, he is so fair skinned he could almost pass for white. You know what I'm saying? And then just names like Bianca. Bianca literally means like a mulatto. So you don't see no dark skinned women with these names. You don't see, what I'm saying, dark skinned people with names like Blake. It's just because they know what they're saying. They're saying my fair skinned child, my pale one.
So do you still believe, or are you saying to me that the reason why we call ourselves black is because of the outsiders? Because like I do disagree with that only
No,
because my
you don't
language
call yourself
is
black.
way older.
You
Huh?
don't. I know you're using your language, and
Yeah.
yes, you're saying that you're that color. Yes, but that I'm telling you in English, that is not it. It's like just like y'all got Nigeria. Niger. All of that still means black. You know what I mean?
No, it
But
don't. No, it doesn't. That's
I
not what
know
it means.
king and queen, but I'm talking about the NIG is literally nig means black in every language. That's why you
No,
get the
it
word
comes
night.
from.
That's why you get the word
Have you
night.
ever heard of the Niger Congo River in Africa? Have you ever heard of that
Yeah,
large river in Africa that separates the
yeah,
Sahara
yeah, and
from the
and,
rest of
and, it,
the?
and it probably has black sand like the rest of Africa. That's why it's called the Niger River.
I know it's called the Niger River because of where it's whole. It's Niger and Congo. So the Niger Congo River is where most of our
It's even called
ancestors
Congo River.
lived. Huh?
Not it's Niger because it's dark.
No, it's not. It's because of the river. It's because of the river that all of our ancestors once
You ever
lived
heard of
in.
black? You ever heard of black seed oil?
Yes.
Yeah, the real name of that is what? Nigella sativa. Nige. You know what I'm saying? Just like Nigeria. Every time you see in this, it means black. Every word. I mean, it's just science. That's how I look at it.
I understand what you're trying to say, but I'm just telling you from ancient times because most of West Africans
What?
lived in empires, right? And within those empires were different ethnic groups before these countries even existed. So when they call themselves Niger, right, from the country of Niger and the country of Nigeria, they're only saying we're from the Niger Congo River. That's all that they're saying. And those languages that we speak are classified as Niger Congo languages. They're very, very, very old. But it doesn't really have anything to do with the color of our skin. The only reason why we even have that is because we had to separate ourselves from the weirdos that came over to us. So we looked at them and we were like, ew, those are Kui people. Even the food, we'll say, ew, that's Kui food. You know what I'm saying?
It's
But
the
we've
land. It's
always
the land that's black. It's the land in Africa. Even when you say Kemet, the black lands. Even when you say
But that's more
Zanzibar,
near Egypt, though.
Zanzibar,
That's not Western. That's Egypt. That's all the way north.
Zanzibar means black sands. So what you just saying about where you from, it's the same thing. It got black, dark, rich soil, and it's called black. It's not necessarily talking about the people. It's saying the
But
people of
we're
the
not
black land.
necessarily we're not a monolith in Africa. Zanzibar is what Zanzibar
So,
was all the way on the east. What
so
Egypt is all the way on the north. But we're from the west side, and we still called ourselves that. Even down in where it all began, South Africa, call themselves Bantu. So this is all
I'm telling you, the
real
whole
old.
Africa
You know.
is full of the darkest, richest soil. They have black soil. They have black sand. The beach will have black sand. You'll go to the
But
beach and
it's
there'll be
not
nothing
all
but
over
black
Africa
sand.
that they have black sand. It's not
Okay,
all
well,
over because it's
nice meeting you, and thank you for having me up. But check my page out so you can look at the map. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Appreciate you.
You too.
anyways, if you look at the beaches in Western Africa, they don't have the same soil compared to like North, you know? So it's not really all the same. the climate makes a huge difference in these places too. Because where my people are from, the sand is basically white.
Sand, the soil.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Your friend
and
wants you to drop her. She don't know how to drop herself.
He don't worry about me. I'm talking to him, not you. Mind your business.
You're like 50 years old, bro. You need to calm down.
First of all, I ain't 50, and now you look
You
like
look
you about
like it
90
though.
with that picture up there.
It's a cartoon character. The fuck you talking about? You're mad. Anyways, I don't understand. I don't understand it though. But so you say that you're not the same Moor compared to the Moors of Northern Africa, right?
man. We all are original same people. I'm not no African hater. That's why people are trying to kick me to Africa if they could, because I ain't got no hate for Africa at all.
No, you didn't come off disrespectful at all. Not at all when you came to the live.
No,
I just
I ain't
wanted
got
to
no
hear
hate
what
for
you
Africa.
had to say, but unfortunately, my people, you did you feel disrespectful by the way that I was speaking? Again, I'm from the East. This is how we talk. I
Sound
mean
like
no
you
harm.
talk like you from the Bronx. It sounded like you was goddamn finna give me the smoke, but I mean I'm here for it. You know what I'm
I'm not gonna survive when I move to the South if everybody thinks that everything coming out my mouth is crazy. Like I'm not even trying to be rude. I'm
saying?
just talking.
It's like that because people in the South got way more respect, but not everybody though. Like you gonna meet ones y'all gonna have a war because they ignorant and you just like brash. You're not ignorant. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a war. You can be like, I ain't having that shit. They can be like, I ain't having that shit. You know, it's gonna be a problem.
And I really mean no harm. I didn't even think it was honestly, Queen, I'm from the South, but you were a little blunt. What's wrong with being blunt? I love blunt people. If you come to me direct, I'm gonna shake your hand and give you a hug because I don't like the sugarcoat and say what you gotta say and stand by that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly, exactly.
It's
That's why I
it's
say
so
I hurt
weird.
feelings. I know I hurt feelings. I know the truth hurts. You know what I mean? So if they might not want to hear it, they'll be like, people would rather have a comfortable life. You know, like the Moors, like we to blame for a lot of things, and I don't mean all that slave trade crap that everybody worry about, right? I'm talking about the information, because information is dangerous in the wrong hands. You know what I'm saying? So we've been dropping all of this high science, and people weren't ready for it, and it's hurt them. It didn't really help them. So the Moors have looked at the receipts on the slave trade, and we came to the math conclusions that it was, 500,000 and nowhere near 10 million. You know, some people are going to say ridiculous numbers. Now I can tell they've never done the research. I'm telling you, the Moors, you know, we've added up the receipts, and this is what we got. So when we did that, we kind of started saying, now everybody want to say, oh, it was fake. Oh, it didn't happen at all. Like they just keep getting worse and worse with it. Now they want to act like, you know, we, we got hate for Africa. All of a sudden, it's the I'm not African thing. No, we didn't come on a slave ship thing. That's the only thing we're supposed to be thinking about. We didn't come on a slave ship. We don't have to worry or cry about, oh, I'm not African. It's so sad. You just didn't come on a slave ship. Do you get that? The whole the whole world came from these dark skinned people. It don't necessarily mean Africa, America, but dark skinned people. So if they telling you Africa, I mean, I ain't gotta cry about that. You know what I mean?
So
It
what do
don't
you
make no sense.
do Moors believe that they're indigenous to America as well?
The Moors feel like we have the right, like we own America from Kemet. They say we have the land grants in the ancient world. The pharaohs gave us the rights to this land anciently. Like it's just deep. The Cherokee history says they are the Canaanites or the Phoenicians. I mean, which are Canaanites. They're literally the Phoenicians.
This is confusing.
Yeah, I mean the world is ours. I mean every territory.
So you, all right. So you believe.
I know.
that you're indigenous to the world.
We are indigenous means to the planet. Indigenous means
Okay.
you don't have two genes. You have that one. You know what I'm saying? You're from a pure stock of people. If you have two different kind, then you're not indigenous. IN means not. The DI means two. Di means two. Like dioxide, dihydrogen. You know what I mean? All of that means two. And then you know what the genes are. N D genus. Indigenous. It means not two genes. Like a plant that's an indigenous plant is from that one type of plant, the male and the female.
So
You
you
know,
don't, if you took a DNA test and you found out you was Nigerian, what would you say?
I'd be like, they better look good as me. I mean, and I'm just saying, I don't worry about looks there, but still, I mean, I ain't, but I'm a cry. I don't worry about DNA testing. But I ain't gonna trip. I'm gonna be like, okay, I got blood all around this bit. I got blood over there. I got blood everywhere. I got, what I'm saying? It must be some real mother suckers over there. You feel me? For real.
What do you wait? What'd
They,
you say? I'm
they
sorry.
everything like
I'm
that.
like all up in the comment section. I was in somebody else's live, right? And they invited me up, a similar topic, but they believe that they're indigenous to America. They believe that they're the real Native Americans. So I was listening, and they asked me for my opinion. And I simply said I didn't agree with that, and they blocked me. It is what it is. Now I'm
Yeah, they
talking to
like
you
that.
because yeah, you came to my live and we was having a conversation, but it didn't get to go nowhere. Now they mad. I can't go to nobody's live and have conversations with them. Look, I'm not here to erase nobody's identity. I'm not going to tell you what you are and what you are not. But I believe that we can have open and honest conversations about just about anything. There's
Hey,
nothing wrong with
I
that,
just,
even if you
I just,
disagree.
hey, I'm gonna just ask you something to get it kind of going. But where does all
Okay.
life come from? Just from you first.
What do I believe all life comes from?
Yeah,
I don't know. I have
thank you.
no idea.
That's the problem with them. They're doing the same thing that what I mean. The Caucasian has done. Okay, they're mad. The Caucasians said all life comes from Africa, so now they're gonna say all life comes from America to counter that. That's how you're gonna counter that. Let's be honest. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But I'm gonna tell you what we do know, and this is what scares them. Is this what make them hate Africa because you gotta get there. You gotta do it. Why? But it's put it like this. It's called a solar precession. You know what I'm saying? The sun is not always in the same position. The sun literally would be at 12 o'clock for about 26,000 years, 25,000 years. And then eventually around about 3 o'clock, and then 6 o'clock, and then 9 o'clock, and then back to the zero, right? Every time the
Mhm.
sun makes this shift, what we call the poles shift. What we call the poles are just a polar region. They're polar regions because, you know, they're lacking the sun at that particular time in history. You feel me? So as the sun makes these solar precessions, like I say, the polar regions melt. If the polar regions melt, that's where you get great floods. We can't stay in a lot of these other places. You can't stay in a lot of these places. The path the sun is making will freeze each and every last one of them. And at one particular time in history, it's gonna freeze. It's gonna thaw out. That's why we're gonna the old land. Cause look, it's already structures there when it thawed out. The ice thawed out was. That's the whole world. The whole world is like that because it's gonna freeze, and then guess what? It's gonna thaw. So what I'm saying is, it's only one part of the world that consistently gets sunlight consistently, no matter what the solar precession is.
How
Central
come?
Africa. It's Central Africa. Central
Mhm.
Africa can survive any cataclysm. So that's why they saying the Homo sapiens sapien came out of there because the wisest people ran they behind over there and stuck to that sunlight and survived. You know what I mean? It don't mean that they
I'm so confused. You guys, so a lot of you guys, I'm not gonna say you, but the
you in the
people in
chat.
the comment section,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
never make a lick of sense, right?
I know. I
Because
know.
you're telling me as a person who's indigenous to the, you personally believe that you're indigenous to the entire world. You were everywhere before anyone came to
Indigenous
be.
means to the planet. It means to the planet.
Yes.
I mean,
For
and I
me, for me as a Liberian, as a quote unquote Liberian person, people need to understand history, right? History. These countries are not real. They're not in Africa. These countries are not real. This is not how we lived for thousands of years. This is a brand new concept in Africa. So when I explain to people that yes, I'm Liberian, but I am indigenous Liberian, meaning the people that were brought to the area now called Liberia, they don't make up most of the population. They are less than 2% of the population. My people have been there for thousands of years prior to anybody coming to Liberia. All right. So no, I am not an American person that was taken from America to Liberia. No, there were already people living on the land for thousands and thousands and thousands of years before those people came over. They came over in the 1800s. My people have been there from the beginning of time. Okay, from
that's
the beginning.
every land. That's every land. I think that's what the Aboriginal community wants everybody to respect them for. That like they're not agreeing with the word African for whatever reason. It don't matter to me. What I'm saying is,
Yeah, they
let's
don't
say
have to agree with
I know,
African.
I
You
know.
know
I'm
what I'm saying?
saying no, no.
I cannot tell somebody that they're
I'm saying in
African.
that
I can't
language.
do that.
I'm saying in that language so you can get it too. That African people were all around the world.
I don't believe
Always,
that. No, African
always.
people traveled. They traveled around the world. But to
And
say
what they
that
did, come back home. They always came back home. Is what you're saying.
no, 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 no. That's what I'm trying to tell you. From what I learned, right? So when
So
first of
who
all,
populated the world? Africans didn't populate the world.
no, they didn't
That's
populate the world.
foolish.
There was
What?
already people
Give
living
me an
there,
African
though.
up here. Give me an African up here. They're gonna tell you because no African would say what you're saying. Not a scholar. Not an African scholar.
So you think that Africans came to America and populated America?
Oh, of course, the Phoenicians traveled to America 12,000 years. They've been traveling over here for a long time. The Phoenicians,
The Phoenicians, they populated America.
they
Okay.
traveled to America a long time, way before anybody walked over here. We already,
Can you tell Indigo if she can't come up and talk and run her mouth to stay quiet in that comment
I
section?
ain't gonna tell her that. I ain't gonna tell her that. She
She
was
said,
good.
I'm gonna keep it peaceful. All right, whatever, Mr. Morris. Whatever. Be peaceful then. No, yeah, no, I never heard of that. I never heard of I know that Africans travel because there's evidence of Africans giving gold, spices, and all that, you know? But man, I don't want to be an African and claim some of these nasty things some of these other people is doing. So nah, I don't think Africans, the way that we operate, a lot of these people do not operate. There's no way you could say that an African is native to some of these other places. Come on now.
Come on.
What's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
All is well.
I got a quick question because I like to get into these type of discussions with everybody. My question to you is: you say Africans traveled all over the world, and obviously you feel like there's some sort of proof. My question to you is this:
Well,
what is your blood
well,
type?
me, I'm O negative.
You O negative?
Yeah, I'm O negative.
That's crazy because I'm O negative too.
Ain't it? Why it's crazy?
Cause it seems like everybody on Earth is different blood type, but for some reason, O negative is the only one that can give blood to everybody else on Earth. Now, here goes my second question to you. What do you claim, bro? Like where, like as far as where your people come from, like what oral traditions you share?
I'm right here in America.
So like you, like what you claim though, like you're a Native American from America.
I never say that kind of terms. But I'm a Cherokee if you want to go there with it. But more than anything, I'm a Moor.
Okay.
I'm a Cherokee Moor if you want to be precise. Washita, all of that.
You ever heard of international tribal law?
I heard of it. Yeah. What about it?
You know it's treason to claim one the more nation. So like if you a Moor, you just a Moor. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of
No,
like
no, you trying to kick me out of America. When I say Moor, is you crazy?
nah, because Moors is not even an American term. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, like
Yeah,
this,
it
this
is.
is this is where my argument goes.
You don't even know what a Morican is.
Uh, I've heard that term before. I know what it is, but this is where my argument
I
goes.
mean, even American.
Yeah. Well, this is where my argument goes. So there's so many tribes here in America, right? No, not one
Hey,
tribe.
tribe is a
This,
Christian word.
yeah, but
I don't think there's no tribes in America.
yeah, I mean, I can
There's
speak
no
my
tribe.
language. I can speak my language to you, but you're
That's
not gonna
that's
understand. So
Christian. That's
yeah,
Christianized talk. There's no
yeah,
such
yeah,
thing as a tribe. You
yeah. But
like you would never even thought of a word like that until
yeah, yeah.
till you met them.
All
You
right,
met
look,
them and you started talking about tribes. No
check
such
this out.
thing as a tribe.
Check this out. I can speak to you in my language, but you're not gonna understand. So I'm not gonna go there with you. I'm not gonna do this technical
I don't
talk
care
with
about
you.
that language talk. You gonna ask me, can I speak my language? I'm not gonna do that with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like we can go all day with
I
that.
know how
Like,
to
oh, that's
read.
that's a
I know
Christian
how to
word.
research. I know how to know if what I'm reading is saying that. I might take me longer, but I'll be sure about what I'm reading.
Yeah.
It take me a
Well,
little longer. So what?
well, my point is that none of the tribes in America talk about Moorish people coming here, specifically black people. And if we want to be specific, you go to Central America, you got the people who are from Yoruba descent, who are called the Zambo when they came here, and later on they were called what was it? The word
Bro,
they're in
bro, you,
Honduras and in the
bro,
Caribbean.
you just brought up Central America, right?
Yeah,
Like what architecture are they famous for? Like it's one kind of it's only one kind of architecture that Mexico is famous for.
that's false because there's many structures that have been found, and they're
No, we
still
ain't talking
being.
about ancient. We ain't talking about ancient. We ain't got to go back far as before you could even possibly justify any of that. We talking about what you know for sure. Mexico is famous for pueblos, but pueblos are literally Moorish. Everywhere you find the Moors, you find pueblos. You find pueblos all in Spain, Africa, and Mexico, South America. Everywhere
Pueblos.
you find the Moors, you find pueblos.
That's that's
That's
not
not
that's not a
Mexican. That's not Mexican.
that's not one of our terms though. It's like
That's
you
not
said.
Mexican.
That's a term
I
that
bet. I
y'all
bet you
brought.
everybody thought it was.
That's a
It's
term that
not
you guys brought though, which with the Spanish.
Mex-
That we
Mexican.
don't have those terms. Remember what you were saying earlier that that tribes is not a correct term. Well, we can go back to what you were saying. That's not a correct term either. There's different.
Mexicali. Mexicali.
Yeah.
Cali means black. So come on, man. That's just like what she was saying about her language. Over here, you got that. You got Mexicali. A
I,
real
I
Mexican would tell you it's not Mexico, it's Mexicali. Cali
bro,
means black.
there's words in my language that are similar to some of the Polynesian people. I could say the same thing, but in the end of the
I
day,
know
they
that.
mean they mean something different though. I can't compare just because they sound alike or just because it
Bro,
looks alike. I'm gonna
bro,
say that it's the same thing.
you're not even
That
speaking your original tongue to even play like that. To act
yeah,
like it's not the same.
it's not.
That's
I'm
like
I,
saying Spanish compared to Latin. It's two different things. Latin is the real root. Spanish is bastardized.
English is too, man. English is bastardized. The language that you're speaking and what you're telling me about, you probably learned it from a book that was written by a white man. That right there itself is bastardized. We can go all day about this, bro.
Bro.
You ever
Bro,
heard? You
I'm
ever
an
read?
etymologist.
You ever
I'm an
read?
etymologist.
You
And
ever
I'm
read
gonna
Time?
go back to old sources.
You read Time Walker before?
Now I want to hear the other brother speak too, though. But no, I ain't read that. What about it?
Tom Walker, interestingly enough, it was put out on the internet because you can't find no copies of this. But interestingly enough, the person who put it out was by the Moorish Temple Science. I don't know how they call it, but it was the Moorish people. They put it out there, and now when you try to go read this book, you can't. They don't let you access it. Now in this book, it even states in this book that was put out by the Moors that the original Moors weren't even black; they were actually white. You
bro.
know, there's
Bro,
there's
you
that.
just you don't even know how to say Moorish science, temple. You don't know nothing about Moorish, and then you got facts. You got
Oh,
no facts,
I
bro.
could show you, my
Bro, you
brother.
got hey,
I could show you where's
bro.
at. I
Bro,
could
you
show
like
you.
a plumber trying to tell me how to do mechanic work. You
I could
can't
show
do
you
that.
where's it at.
That's not work. That ain't how that work. You a plumber, bro. Stick to plumbing. Hey, what you got going on, homie?
What are you talking about, me?
Oh, my bad, sis. How you doing now, Awa?
I
I
mean,
couldn't
I
see. I
feel.
can't really see the image.
He's
Oh,
trying to press the
okay.
I
button
wish
over
I
there.
wish I'd have probably spoke to you first if I'd have known that was a sister.
Okay. I wanted to ask you a question,
Okay.
but I didn't know, like, because I hear y'all talking about Morris. I want to know, like, what's your stance on it? Like, do you feel like, because I heard you say, like, you're from, I guess you guys originated everywhere. So do you feel like they're more predominantly in America, or is the Moors place somewhere else too?
The Moors are everywhere. Like this ain't just happen overnight. You know what I mean? Everywhere you find that chocolate skin. I mean that mean the original Asiatics all the way through India, all the way. You know what I mean? Africa, the original Europeans, the dark skinned people of this continent. You know what I mean? We consider them all to be Moors. You know what I mean? The original people.
The original people, but where exactly? Because you can't originate everywhere at every point in time. Where did they exactly
Exactly.
came from?
They so lost.
No. You trying to make us a tribe? It's not a tribe thing. It's like
No, I'm not
it's like
asking
saying
if it's a tribe because, like, if you look at West Africa too, there's a lot of quote unquote tribes, but those people didn't originate from there. So it's like, where did you guys come from? Do you have like all the
I would
information
have to
based on
be a
that?
tribe to have a particular origin.
Yeah, where's their
Well,
origin?
you trying to make me a tribe. I'm not a tribe. And if I
I
did,
didn't
it would
say
be
that
right
though.
here.
I said, where did you
And if
guys
I did,
originate from?
right, if I had to tell you, it would be right here. And they're gonna tell
And
you this is mythological, but it's literally our oral story. We're gonna tell you we come from Mu. Some of y'all say y'all from Atlantis. That's you.
okay, so
I'm
like,
I'm here. I'm here
I just
with the
want to know
Moors.
because I see that you said the information that I guess YT people taught you guys is
I ain't never
inaccurate.
said that. Okay, go ahead.
Well,
Yeah.
some people in the comments were saying that it's inaccurate, that we should listen to our own findings and stuff. Where did you guys find that information from? Like, where did it like all originate from? Like, that you guys woke up and started to realizing that you guys are Moors.
We deal with the Washita. You never heard of the Washita? The Washita
No.
Moors?
Mm-mm.
Well, that's what you do. You deal with elders and then you deal with that more and more. Like you don't have, you know what I'm saying? I don't get it. Like your elders told you whatever they told you, and that's what you
No, my elders didn't tell
dig
me
deep into.
nothing. I just know because like I
You
just
just
know.
what your elders didn't tell you, but what do you know?
What do I know? I know that my parents are from Senegal. What else do I need to know? I speak
Okay,
Wolof,
then.
so I
So
mean,
that
like,
means you go
I don't
deeper
really.
into that. Once you know that, you go deeper into that. That means they don't have to hold your hand no more. Same thing goes for anybody else. Once
No,
you
but that's not
deal,
something that you're
you just
taught.
didn't get
Like
yours from
they,
your elders. That's not a good thing though. But
you
if
said what?
if that's how you feel, you just bragged about you didn't get yours from your elders.
No, because that's something you know. If your parents
No,
were
if you
Dominican,
was in an
would you know
orphanage,
that, or is this
you
something
wouldn't
your
know you
parents
was
gonna teach
you
you?
wouldn't even know if you was an orphan or not. You just
But
lived there, so you
what
grew
you're
up
saying
with that.
doesn't correlate with what I'm saying. If your parents are Dominican, would you know they're Dominican, or do they have to teach you that they're Dominican?
You know what
Right?
Dominican is? A Dominican is a Haitian.
So it doesn't that doesn't matter. But still, I don't need to
All that
learn that
matters.
because that's
All
where
that
they from.
matters
I
because
just
you
know
gotta
that.
you gotta have that kind of sense when you say that. Because you might say, if I knew Africa, I'd probably be able to pick on Senegal. I'd probably be able to say a Senegalese is a mestizo. But I don't know y'all like that. If I knew y'all, I'd break you down. You talking about some Senegal? You probably ain't the real deal. Y'all
What are
ain't the
you?
real
What
ones.
are you talking? What? How you gonna
Y'all
break me
probably ain't the real
down?
deal.
How
Yeah.
you gonna break me down?
I'm saying you're not the real ones. Y'all not the real deal.
I'm not a real deal.
No, y'all some like Johnny come latelys is what I'm saying. Even in Africa.
Daddy, yo, mom.
You know, it's just like when Sis said Liberia, don't represent that name. Throw that out the word. I mean, out the window.
You
It's just like
definitely
saying
don't know what you're talking about at all. That's
it's
why.
just like saying
Listen,
throwing away
you know what
Africa.
would be more respectable, especially for a person of your age, to
I
not talk
tell you
about
why.
something that you don't know. Because saying Senegal is not the original, it sounds like you sound crazy, and I don't
I
want you to
said I
sound
don't.
crazy
I
because
just
this is
know.
just
I
a
literally told
conversation.
you. I literally told you I don't know y'all like that. If I said if I did,
Yeah, but
What
you
I
did
see,
would
you
be
you're
what
able
do
to
trying to
you
break
be
y'all
hostile
down.
and
I said I would be
upset.
able to
All I
break
did
y'all
was
down
ask
and
you a
tell you that.
question. All
what do you mean
Literally,
by
all I did was ask him
Liberia is not the
questions.
real deal? What
Like
do you
you're
mean
not
by
even.
that?
He doesn't even know what he's talking about. He literally
You're
doesn't know
not a
what he's talking about. Do
Mauritanian.
you know?
You
Do
feel
you
me?
know majority of the
Those
people
names
from?
had different
Wait,
names.
hold on. Since you know so much, do you know the majority of the people that's the Wolof tribe that they came from the Kush Empire? Do you know
Man, I
anything
just
about
told you
that?
I ain't know.
You
Hey,
don't
hey,
know.
hey.
So then you
You trying
stay
to give me
chatting
all that
again.
Africa quiz history? This ain't an
Listen, you
African
see
quiz.
what I'm trying to tell
I'm
you
not. You're
that
not going to quiz me about Africa. I can't
you
do
said
that.
what?
But the
I'm
Moors
gonna
are
fail
from
that test.
Africa.
Exactly, and you see
You
how I
fail
came
that
on
test.
here and
I'm
I
gonna fail
started
that test.
asking you questions
You
for you to
asking me about
understand.
modern day Africa? I don't know
Okay,
nothing modern about Africa. I don't know it.
Kush
that's
Kush's
not
Kush
modern though.
Empire is Kush Empire is actually ancient Africa, and
That's what
Moors
I'm.
Moors
I know. I
Moors
just told you that. I just told you a second ago when you called it. You said Africa's ham. I say, well, I would say it's Kush. I
Mhm.
told you that. I told you
Wait,
that.
Mhm.
what? I never had a conversation with you about the
So
Hem
if you
Shem.
said Kush, how you don't know
Salem,
the Wolof
Salem,
people? Then
Salem.
that's
You
kind
just
of
said
crazy.
Salem. You just said. Oh, my bad. That was Fatima. My
Yeah,
bad.
that was her. She's see, and
Well, if
then
you would have
let
been
me
here, you would have heard it. Is what I'm saying. I
may
just
I say
barely
to
said it.
may I say this to you? The Hem, Shem, Rem nonsense came from a certain group of people, and it came from the story of Abraham. His sons walked in on him in a certain way, and two of the sons that didn't see him without clothing, they were fine. And the people that did see, no, two of his sons that saw him how he was and didn't see him without clothing was fine. And the person who saw him, butt naked wasn't fine. So they called that person Shem. So whoever Shem comes from a cursed lineage. Now, if you are a melanated person and you're claiming that you're Shem, you're basically calling yourself you're from a cursed race. I'm sorry, Noah. Yeah, excuse me, or whatever,
But
whatever
but
race
we
is
know that's
cursed.
according to the Bible. You just already debunked it before you started explaining it, so you know it's nothing to explain.
No, what I'm telling you is the only reason. I'm so sorry for getting the names mixed up. So if you know the story, then you know the true story, right? So you would know that that story was only brought up to shame melanated people within Africa. So to say that Africans, the reason why, they wanted to put Africans in the human trafficking trade, the first people, not the YT people, the first people to ever put Africans in the human trafficking trade came up with that story to justify why they did it. So they're calling Africans cursed. That's why they brought up that story. Now, if you don't believe that, it doesn't
Hell
really
no, I don't
mean
believe that.
okay,
No,
but
I
it
don't believe
doesn't
that. I
make
know,
it
I know,
doesn't
I know what I know how the story goes though.
yeah, but it
Yeah,
doesn't make sense for people to claim indigenous and then
you
tell
know.
stories from Abrahamic religions when Abrahamic religions don't come from the indigenous groups. So when we come to you guys and we question you on all of this, you have 10 different stories. We've heard a story from you that can originate from Asia, a story that could originate from the Middle East, America, and Africa. None of it makes sense. None of it makes sense.
No,
So we
how it don't
coming,
make
we're
sense
coming.
when you literally said you don't even know.
I said I didn't know the names. I know
No,
the
no,
story.
no,
I
no.
don't know the
Matter of
names.
fact, that wasn't your ass, the other sister. I guess I got to ask you, where did all life, originate?
We don't know where all life originated.
Okay,
It's only
then
theories.
join the
It's only
party. Join the
we weren't
party. That's the party. None of us,
we
nobody
don't
knows
we
that.
weren't
Nobody
we
knows
weren't
that.
there. We
So
were
so
not
stop
there.
acting like it's impossible to been any of those things you just said. It's
No,
you
but it's
just said
not
about
about
Asiatic
impossible. But
story.
look, you see how she just accepted the fact that she doesn't know, but
No,
you're
she
saying
didn't.
that
No,
you're
she didn't.
predominantly
Yes,
She
I
from.
wouldn't.
did.
She
No,
did.
no,
She said
no,
she doesn't
because no,
know.
Yes, I
no.
did.
Well, how can you tear down any of the other ones I just named when you
She's
just
not.
tried to say I can't connect that? Like you try to connect Asia, you try to connect. Africa, you try to connect all this.
But those
Yeah,
are
I
the
mean, I don't get what
stories.
you're
But
trying to say.
when you guys break down your history, your stories come from everywhere. That's what I'm trying to tell
I
you.
mean, everywhere you find people that look like me. Yeah, everywhere. You didn't know that?
Yo, yo, I just wanted
No,
to kind of,
hold on.
I've been listening to y'all.
Jem, before you go in, just 1 second there. 1 second. I'm sorry. What I'm trying to tell you is what we're taught is that life started in Africa. That's what we were taught. We were taught that life starts in Africa. Do we know that for a fact? We don't. That's why it's a theory. We cannot say for a fact
Good.
where life
We
started
got
from
that.
because we're not.
We got that.
We weren't
I
there. How
told
are
you
we gonna
join the
know?
party. Join the party.
What
So,
happened?
so Salem, what Moore's trying to say is like when he says join the party,
Oh
he
my
what he's
God.
saying is that there's an older no, because I've been kind of listening to y'all and I can see we all kind of got a little conflict in your heads.
Are you
So
African? Are you African?
I'm actually more Costati Indian.
You said you're
You're
more
what?
too?
No,
No, he's
Costati
more. He's
Indian,
more of
Oh,
a. He's more of a something
which
else.
means technically
oh.
speaking, my most of my lineage actually comes more from the Mayan area.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
then as we came up north with the
Indigo.
conquistadors and so on like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, but where I see y'all conflicting the most is whenever Moore is over here saying join the party. What he's trying to say is that in
Mhm.
the sense of we don't necessarily believe, and like me and Moore was talking the other night on Jaws live
Mm,
about how we most likely don't even come from this planet because of the simple fact is that whatever
Mm.
the lineage of humanity is was not built to
you
live
don't
on
come
this
from the
planet
planet. You
originally.
don't come from Earth. You don't come from Earth.
But wait, hold on. I want to
No,
ask
no,
the
no.
host a
Like
question.
everything that we understand about humans in general were never built to live on this planet. We're not designed for it because of
So
Mhm.
what we
you claim, but
understand.
wait, Moorish just told me that indigenous means you're the first people on the planet. So now you about to claim space?
Of course, we do. Of course we will. What do you mean?
So like,
You
how will
indigenous?
we got
Wait a
no?
minute. Wait a
But
minute.
Moorish, I
Moorish.
really
Nah,
no.
don't
Hold
play with
on,
me
Sam.
right now. Don't play with me
Salem,
right
hold on,
now.
because I'm on here trying to get educated, and he's just coming for me like he wanted to violate Senegal, and he doesn't even know what's going on. I'm coming here to ask questions. I
I ain't
want to
never
know,
seen Senegal on an ancient map.
sir. But that doesn't matter. This is not about
That's
Senegal.
what I deal with.
I'm coming here to
I kick it
question
like a
you so I
sensei.
can get educated, and you want to violate
No,
me for
no,
no reason,
no.
and I'm
You no.
not even going hard.
You trying to violate me for saying more.
I
More is the
asked you
No,
a
word.
we're
More is
question. I
not.
older
still
than
didn't
Senegal.
violate you though. I
The
was
word more
asking
is
questions.
older than the word Senegal.
So
Sir,
yeah,
Sir.
if
do
you
you
get
know the
down to it, like the
Mauritania has Moors,
Moors,
right? And guess what? Those Moors
the
are Tukulun,
Sumerians,
Wolof,
right?
and what else? And that's my ethnicity.
I know,
So
but you
what you
hating
want
on
to
the
tell
Moors,
me
so
about?
make it make sense. That's self hate. You got self hate.
Name it.
What?
Here's what Moors
Oh
really kind of
my
You
getting
hate
at,
on
right?
God.
Moors.
Name anything before our biblical texts that
Sir, I'm just trying to get
states
educated about
that we
Mr.
were
Moorish,
actually
and he's
from
just
this
going
planet.
off.
My bad. My bad.
Like
No,
if you
I'm
go back
literally. I came on here asking him
pre-Christian,
questions. I wasn't angry. I'm just talking to him, trying to get more education about the Moors. And he just, oh, if I know about Senegal, then I'm just gonna come for them. Why? Why are you coming for Senegal? What we do
No,
to you?
if I know about all of Africa, I would be able to dissect it. Like if
But we're not
I
talking
know
about
where I'm at.
Africa. I want to know about you, not Africa, because I want to know what's your mindset and what you're thinking about. I'm not here to
I'm
talk about
giving
that.
it
I'm
to
here
you.
to talk
I'm
about
giving it
you.
to you. The little bit you let
so
me
what
give
you're
you.
saying,
Yeah, but you
you
started
wanna
going off.
know like the history of the Moors themselves.
Sir,
I can't hear
Gem,
you.
I'm
Is
not
that
even
right?
gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna hold you. When I came into Mr. Moorish's live and he said that he's indigenous to the planet, this is what was said to me, right? Because
Right.
indigenous means you're indigenous to the planet. Most of what I hear from the Moors is that they were everywhere. If you look everywhere on this planet, they were there first. You
Right.
just brought up space. You just brought up out of space. You're not about to
Mhm.
tell me that you're indigenous to the planet and you're indigenous to outer space. We ain't finna do that. We was having a very
Hmm.
good
Hey,
conversation here.
sis,
You're throwing me left.
sis.
Okay.
I know. He kind of did it yesterday when he said it, but if you maybe let me explain a little, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Maybe I could bridge that gap because he not bugging. Because a lot of times the
Nah,
truth is
you gonna
stranger than
okay, go
fiction.
Wait,
ahead.
hold
Go
on,
ahead.
The
Morris.
truth
Go
is
ahead and
stranger than
explain to
fiction.
me.
Number one.
Morris,
Huh?
can I just tell you something? Because
Yeah,
you said like Morris means like melanated skin, right?
most definitely.
Yeah. So if I'm gonna get my information about the Moors, I'm not gonna get it from a YT person. I need
No,
to
he
get it
wasn't
from the
giving you
melanated
information about
people.
the Moors. He was just saying some, about origins.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna, and this is no offense. And if you take it offensive, Gem, I ain't even gonna hold you. But we do not talk to you about this conversation because
Mhm.
you're when it comes to you and what your people did, we ain't finna have that conversation. So, Mr. Morris, if you want to talk to him, Gem, you talk to more, but you ain't finna talk to us because you
Yeah,
ain't said
because
we
I'm
could stay.
saying Jem just told me not to take YT people's information as real history. So why am I gonna take it from
Why
you?
am I
It
feeling?
don't make no
Yeah,
sense.
like nah, we ain't about to
That
do
goes
that. I'm
into how far
sorry,
you
Jim.
educate. That goes into how far one educates themselves. I mean, if you're going into saying just,
It's the
like
AAVE for
whenever
me.
I look at
Mayans don't
history,
speak
right?
in
I mean,
AAVE.
they try to
Gem,
teach us all the way
Mayans
back
don't
in
speak in
school that
AAVE.
Columbus is, figured out the
Mayans don't
working
speak in
ground. But back during
AAVE.
Columbus's day,
Mayans don't
they were
speak in
building the globe.
AAVE. Mayans don't speak in AAVE. Mayans do not speak in AAVE. No, they don't.
The Mayans had sickle cell trait. So,
So
no,
yes,
literally,
but Mayans
literally.
don't speak in AAVE.
A lot of the
They don't.
Mayans had sickle cell. So what does that mean? They couldn't have
So
been
does
who
West
y'all think.
Africans. West Africans have sickle cell too. They
That's
have
I
that's
have
to.
what I'm
This
sickle
is
trying to
cell.
tell
That's
you.
crazy.
Only melanated people have this. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
I have sickle cell
yeah,
though.
but
So what
what
that
that
mean?
got
The
to do with
Mayans were
Gem?
what? What were the Mayans
What
then?
that got to do with
I
what that
don't
got to do with
know.
Gem? Gem said he's Mayan.
This is
Mayans don't speak in
confusing.
I
AAVE.
mean,
But
look,
what's
look,
Mayan
look,
though?
look, look. Everybody is claiming the greatest thing they can find. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's what they're doing. Like when I'm saying I'm a Moor, like we don't mind saying we're Moabites or Canaanites, because number
Mhm.
one, the Bible damn near in the trash bin. You know what I'm saying? Not to say ain't no
Mhm.
knowledge in there, but it's like, anything trying to crucify me in there is garbage. So what I'm saying is we dealing with what we've been told. The Moors are the Moabites, the Canaanites, and we ain't scared to connect
Mhm.
to that because we ain't thinking biblically. You know what I'm saying? We know about the Canaanite languages, and, all this different stuff. So
Mhm.
like people want to claim Israel because it's the best you can be in the Bible. Oh, I'm Israelite. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna say they're Moabite, but literally Mary was a more. Like all Jesus come from the Moabites. You remember Ruth, the
Hold on,
Moabites.
hold on. There's somebody that said AAV is stolen from poor white Southerners, immigrants from the North England. So now they claiming the lingo. This is crazy.
Your life is all over the
This
place,
is
sir. We don't
crazy.
tolerate this
Yeah,
in
them
mine.
comments. You know how them comments is. You know how they is.
Uh uh.
Nah, my moderators
Uh-uh.
would have got these boys up out of
For
I
here.
real,
don't,
because at this
I
point,
don't even think I got no moderators. Matter of fact, I got to find some real people out there.
I mean, I could have did you that favor, but you came off a
Like,
little
like man,
sassy the
y'all
week
want to
off.
block everybody. I won't have nobody in the live. You know what I'm saying? Hey, nah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let them go. I'm gonna let them run wild until they just ridiculous, and then I'm gonna have to hurt
Exactly.
them.
It brings
Then I
more
gotta hurt
traction.
'em.
Let them talk. Let them talk.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Mr. Jem, what did you want to
uh-uh.
educate us about?
Well, like I said, I mean, I was just kind of listening to y'all and hearing y'all argue actually with each other instead of actually being on
Mm-hmm.
the topic y'all wanted to be on. And I just wanted to be able to see, and get y'all right back where y'all wanted to be, right? Like,
Why?
because if y'all are sitting here arguing with each other, then you're not talking about the subject material that you really wanted to, right? I mean,
Why
I
do
get on
you
a lot
feel
of
like you
live.
even need to be in this conversation? I'm so
Because we
confused.
need savior, and he is the
No,
right
no, no, no.
person to
Like,
save us black
whenever I
people
get on
from each
lives, right?
other.
Because what y'all getting into is a deep conversation, right? Would you
What
agree?
I
Mm-hmm.
got to do
Would
with
you agree?
you?
Would you agree that what you are on is a deep conversation, though?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. So with that, you know yourselves, we never get anywhere with the arguments, no matter who we
Are
are,
you a
right?
melanated person? Are you a
We can't
melanated
reason with
person?
Save him.
emotion.
Let him breathe for a minute. Let him breathe.
All
Yeah.
right, all right.
Like I said, as human beings, we can't reason with emotions. So if we getting all heated up in the lives and things like that, then your conversations go nowhere, no matter who we are.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of wanted to bring that back now because y'all were fighting in circles here.
Mm-hmm.
Who,
So I want to know
who we
about
got
your
here?
origin. You're from like
Outcast, the
South
legend.
India, you said?
We got Outcast the Legend.
Yo,
What it do?
not much. I'm chilling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm just trying to see
Yes.
what the topic be about.
I mean, I was touching on Moo, Lemuria, and Atlantis, but nobody ain't joining in. You know what I'm saying? They want to beat me up by other stuff. You know what I mean? No, I'm just messing with them. They all good. Now, it's really an open floor right now. But, you know what I'm saying? If you know anything about Moo, Lemuria, Atlantis, you can get us back on track.
So, what you feel like more is like original or something like that?
That's the historicity behind it. You know, the original word
So, enlighten me real quick.
Mu, M-U-U would mean original. When you learn that from the Washita.
Hmm. So they from Africa.
Who's they?
Oh,
Moors,
that's
Moor.
Africa right there. See, that's Africa.
That kind of look like Senegal to me. Like that's how like the country is cut out.
Y'all did that for a reason. You know what
Mhm.
I mean?
Yeah.
Be there for a
Y'all
reason.
might know something.
Uh huh.
Feel me? But the Mayans call this the three lands of the West. You know, or they say
So
Mu is
who?
a part of the three lands of the West. I'm telling you that it's North America, South America, and Mu. That's what they meant. They had to meant these are the three lands of the West. That's what I get from it.
So
You
who
feel me?
created? I mean, who was there before who?
What you mean, dark skinned people? What you think
Nah,
somebody predate
I'm
us?
saying y'all said Moors and the Mayan people. So I'm trying to see who was there before who.
No, the Mayans that wasn't there first. They telling you they know they wasn't first.
Nah, I'm asking you. I'm asking you who was first.
People who you calling the old mans. But you know, all of that predates the Mayans. The Mayans ain't the oldest, but they old.
Yo,
So you know what I mean?
man.
They're the
I
real deal.
so I got a question. So if everything originated from Africa, right, and all the
Who
white
said
two
that?
people,
No, nobody
uh,
said everything originated from
We don't
nowhere.
believe that
Everybody
over
else
that,
good.
here.
that's the perspective that they putting out though.
Enlighten us. Yeah, go
That's
ahead.
the perspective that they putting out though. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying like from their standpoint, they say everything originated from Africa. So it's like Africa had to be on some buffoonery type stuff to for them to even like
No,
overtake Africa. You feel me?
no,
Oh
it's because
damn.
it's because Africa is chiefly dark skinned, chiefly black, what we call black.
What do he mean by that? Ask that man to
Yeah,
elaborate what he mean by
he's tweaking
buffoonery.
right now. He's
Yeah,
Yeah,
Out.
he's
tweaking.
explain
saying,
yourself,
He's
Uh,
tweaking.
outcast.
relax.
Nah, you
yeah,
tweaking.
like it's
Yeah, he
Africa's
bugging.
fault that the Caucasian lied on him. If you saying they lied on him, I
I'm
mean, I
saying,
don't get
Hmm.
it.
all right. So, all right, all the religion came from Africa, right?
No,
No.
they did not.
No,
What?
No,
no, no.
I
No,
swear it is.
America.
No.
Sir, what are you on?
Look at, hold on, bro.
A lot
Y'all
of
not even
no,
let me talk.
a lot of the religion come from America
Can I
This man
talk though,
funny as
too.
hell.
But I know all about the
No, go
Yoruba.
ahead. Go
bro?
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Yoruba are the real
Can
people.
I talk? Can I talk real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What I was saying was Christianity, Judaism, and
I'll
Islam
give you a minute.
religions came from Shatot Neter Kemet.
Oh God.
No, they did not.
Yes, they
Damn.
did,
Yo,
bro.
what's good with
No, they
you?
did not.
Yes,
What are
they
No,
you
they did
did.
on?
not.
I'm saying this. If you actually look at the perspective that they put it in, it's
Mm-hmm.
basically like the same thing. They're talking about the same thing. Like, look at the pyramids and look at the eyes that they use. All this come from Egypt. I'm not an Egyptian myself, but I'm just saying, like, they literally look like they got everything from there because, like, they didn't have no understanding or no knowledge of anything, right?
How you going, man, bro?
Sir, no,
Stop
I
it, man.
don't. I don't
Stop
agree
it,
with
man.
you at all. Have you
Who is
like?
you,
Are you
man,
religious?
bro? Bro,
Uh,
we don't hate on no
bro, I'm a
melanated people around here, bro. Not
who
on
have
this
no
channel.
Jesus
who tell
going to Egypt.
Who you talking
who
about?
have no
But
melon.
if you ain't talking
Time
about
out.
the European, I don't know what you're talking about.
For real?
What you
You
What do
talking
you
about
said?
mean it
European?
came from Africa?
You said, "Am I from Africa?"
I said, why
Hey,
would you say that?
Skywalker, what's
Wait,
going
hold
on,
on, hold on.
Skywalker? What you got going on?
I want to talk to him real quick, Outcast, because do you know, like, in one of the, I'm not going to say which religion, in one of the religion, it describes black people as being slaves, and you think the black person created that?
The black
Be
person
real.
said it.
Come
I
on.
didn't say that though.
I
She
don't
did. That's
Nah,
not
know
what she
why.
said.
you
Yeah.
twisting my words though.
That's
Okay,
not
say
what
it
she
again.
said.
Say it again.
I said
Mhm.
all of those the religions
Mhm.
came from that. It had to originate from something, right? It
Okay.
didn't just
No,
come about.
no.
Um.
It didn't come from Africa. These religions didn't come from Africa. These religions condemn African people. So how did it
Exactly.
come from Africa?
They definitely, even if they used Africa as an ideology, it clearly wasn't a good
Exactly.
one.
They took the ideology from it, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so they
Okay.
No,
stole the
no, no,
basis.
no.
So
You can
I
find a
think
lot
you're
of
what
trying to
you're
say they
trying to
took
say
like
is,
certain shit from
look.
it and then turn it into
yeah.
whatever they turned it into. I think is that what you're trying to say?
Hey,
I
I have
mean,
an
because like you okay, you gotta think about this. Okay.
Okay.
If black people was original and white people came along, where
Mhm.
the fuck did white people come from?
The Cactus Mountain.
Caves.
Okay, so they didn't
Man,
have no
just
knowledge of
visit
nothing, right?
albino.
They didn't have no
And
type of knowledge. They wasn't even
just
smart
visit
to put their
albino.
thoughts together.
Mhm.
So obviously they had to come and do something, right?
Mhm.
Exactly. So where did they come and get the information from?
Bro,
The
watch this. No, no,
y'all
no, watch this.
I'm saying?
Hey, bro. Hey, bro, watch this. I know you pro America. Like you paint. You like matter of fact, you're a Pan American.
No, I'm
Like
not.
just like yeah,
A
yeah.
Pan America. I'm
Just like
dead.
people be Pan African, you Pan
You
American.
you can't title me something just because you
So
want
watch
to.
this. So watch
So
this.
what? Okay.
So what the ancient name for the Caucasian was what? The oldest name you could think of that you ever heard of for the Caucasian. What is it?
Canaanites.
Why you
yeah.
trying us like that, man? Stop that. Hey,
I mean
no, I'm a Canaanite.
Do you want me to ask Alexa? Jeez.
No, bro, watch this. They're the Tamahu. You never heard of the Tamahu?
the Tamaru,
Tamahu.
bro.
Tamahu. You never heard of Tamahu?
I
No.
have.
Never.
All right then. So you probably also don't know that there's literally a place called Tamahu in the Yucatan Peninsula. So what is that telling you? Where did the Tamahu come from? Where he come from?
You tell me. You
Right
got the
here,
answer, right?
right here, in the Yucatan Peninsula. He was created in America.
So I got a question. What's y'all religion? What y'all believe in? Tell me that.
Uh,
Can you tell us about you first, bro, and then we'll share
I
with
mean,
you.
bro, I'm divine, bro.
I got a question.
I don't believe in no religion
You were
Why
wondering,
not?
y'all were talking about where
because
Christianity
religion
came from.
is come on, bro.
Hold on. Skywalker want to talk to you right quick, Outcast.
You, you
Yo,
keep on like where Christianity came from. I wonder if Alexa knows.
I mean, Asa,
Mm, Okay, Alexa. Hold on.
I know where Christianity came from, bro, and I know what it's based on. So,
Alexa, shut up.
yeah, yeah,
Alexa,
Yeah, from Serapis.
where did Christianity come
So,
from?
bro. It's a
I
pagan,
mean,
it's a pagan thing.
now
It's doing.
from Ptolemy Soter, the first Egyptian pharaoh.
Did you hear her?
No,
Okay, I'll do it again. Alexa, where did
this man white, bro. I don't even know why you in here.
Alexa,
I'm
where did
dead.
Christianity come from?
Christianity is from the southern Levant,
Morris,
which later became modern-day
if you
Israel,
keep doing this about to be
Palestine,
my last time
and
coming to
Jordan.
your live with all these male sapiens coming in here like this.
We got all
Man,
these
man,
pills.
y'all know this is my first time.
We got all these inside our hand color.
This is your first live.
Yeah, this is my first live.
This you better get these envelopians out. We're gonna get the boot. Stop playing.
They over here trying to tell us about our motherfucking history.
That's why I'm trying to see if he's gonna bring something before he you know before he go back to the chat.
And that man just talk.
Nah, what's gonna happen is they're gonna get heated and they're gonna mass. Uh, you're gonna find out soon.
Oh, I know what you mean. They're gonna give me a body. I'm always getting reported to. I can't take the chance, brother. Yep.
Yeah, you gotta be because it's one thing for us to come up in here and disagree, but we're not gonna go back and start like putting reports
Reporting.
on your,
Right.
Yeah. Now I
yeah.
don't know that. Nah. They've been doing it. They've been doing it lately. As soon as
I don't.
TikTok
Yeah.
stopped, TikTok stopped doing it to me. Not a whole ever.
Because
Aboriginal
listen,
Indian, the
this
whole
is
Indian community want to block me and report me. I'd be like,
at the end of the day, even if we
and then the same
disagree,
people call me an agent. They call me an agent
an
all of a
agent.
sudden. Yeah, like three little lame people, three little piggies that been saying it. You know, three little piggies.
Listen,
You know what?
this is what you
What?
gotta do. You gotta look at the profile because if we're not gonna take our history from the YT people at this point, we can't let them join the panel. Because then we taking our history from them. You feel me?
It's
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I can't even tell who joining right now. Like I thought you was a male,
Oh
and you
my
know what I mean.
god.
Like you know what I mean. I'm kind of lost with it, trying to figure it out. I probably need to be on the
Is it?
computer. But the people was rocking with y'all though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna be honest,
It's
bro.
not.
No,
Yeah,
di-
It's gonna
they
take.
was rocking with us, but you wasn't. But I mean,
no,
listen, we can disagree because at the end of the day, we all still black. That's what all matters, I
I don't
guess.
know if I can. No, hell no.
only to the
People are
reptilian. It's no love for them.
for
No
who?
love for who?
It's no love for the reptilians.
They ain't reptilians.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna have to. What's gonna happen too is your comment section. Someone's gonna probably. You could get in trouble for your comment section too. So if you don't handle the trolls in your comment section, you're gonna get it through there because they're
See,
up in
hey,
here trying to be
it's
cute.
all kind of ways they gonna get me. They gonna knock me off
Yeah, it's bound.
like they always do. Like they always do. This is for entertainment purposes only, educational purposes only. You
Exactly.
feel me? Yeah.
Damn, we done
They
arguing.
talking about we debating origins. And everybody up here agree that we don't know where all life come from. Even though we ain't let Outcast go. We gonna let Outcast go.
Go
I
ahead,
don't
go.
know what you gonna say. But where does all life come from, brother?
That's Hey, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I've been trying to figure for like a week now. Like, swear to God, like I came to a point, like, bro. Obviously, like they try to make seem like we all come from fucking slaves when that ain't the case. We
Mm.
all Aboriginal. It was people everywhere on the land. So it's like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't like the point that they try to make seem like, oh, we all come from Africa when that ain't the case.
And a few of
But
these people,
you
man, they
guys know
trying to.
not all Africans are slaves, right?
Yeah, I know that. I know it.
Oh.
And these people got all these followers, man. But who is they trying to join? I don't know. Yeah, hey, I'm listening to my people on the panel now. They tell me to kick you off, you're gonna get kicked off. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Oh, y'all gonna. Oh, oops, you added the wrong
I'm
person.
acting like everybody else. I'm on some gang, I guess. I'm gonna kick you off if they ain't rocking with you. Yeah, they ain't rocking with you, bro. You ain't talking, man. I
Yo,
ain't
but
gonna cut.
my bad, my mic was muted.
What's going on?
Person, bro.
You
Uh,
sound young.
was
Yeah, you
you
sound.
saying? Was you saying that? I'm not trying to be like.
Nah,
I'm not
nah,
trying to say.
I
I'm
don't
not trying
mind
to
getting
say.
the pushback, pushing everything.
Yeah. The other day, I think it was like last week. You said that
Okay.
Africans was the real Native American or something.
Mm.
I mean, you can say the word African, but I mean melanated people. Are you
Yeah.
Native American?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so just be honest with the people. Like for one, what tribe are you?
Huh?
Like what tribe you descend
I'm
from?
ho- I'm Hopi.
Okay. Like like your ancestors, like your grandparents, were they dark skinned?
Nah, they were brown.
That's
Mm.
dark. Are you brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were
You
they
brown?
were they were a little bit lighter though.
So wouldn't that
So
be like a
you
tan?
brown?
Tan?
Yeah, tan. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey. Well I'm saying maybe yours are like Nortes. Maybe you from the north. You know what I mean?
We
You know what I mean?
from the west.
Mm. So what you
Well,
wanted to say?
I'm saying, are you basically like Aztec stock? Like, did your ancestors come from the Aztecs?
Uh, I don't think so.
I know. That's why I said you from the north. You ain't tripping. You ain't tripping.
Yeah,
Wait, are you a girl or a guy?
I'm a guy.
Yeah.
You sound
Oh, yeah.
very young. How old are you?
Huh?
You sound very young.
I'm 15.
Oh.
Oh man, you got to go, man. Nice being with you though, you little young homie.
Mm-mm.
But
I'm 22.
No.
Y'all know.
Oh, poor thing.
They say he
You
15.
need, in order to come up on live, you need 1,000 followers. So as much as you say,
Yeah,
let me
five
join,
thousand. Yeah.
you need 1,000 followers to come up.
Hey, I almost just blocked my first person, but hey, y'all got my trigger finger itching. Y'all better chill out in that chat. Come on now, that's like strike two.
Where's indigenous whatever? Tell her to come back so we can start again the argument. Have this
Who,
jumping
that
again.
lady?
Yeah, have this shit
That
jumping
lady
again.
stressed out. The minute I came up, right, we was having a conversation, and I'm talking just like this. She was like, first of all, when we were on the live, it was all peaceful, and you came up, like, girl, I didn't even say anything, and I wasn't even talking to her. So I was like, oh,
Hey,
I said to her straight up, I mean no harm. I'm from the East Coast, and she still tried to come for me. Like, girl, get out of
hey,
here,
somebody over
because
here
I can
capping
be
talking about
disrespectful, but
somebody capping talking about even Europeans come from Africa. That's a lie. That's a
that's
lie.
a lie.
Lie detector test determined that's a lie because guess what? That's called Neanderthals. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you, people don't understand the word Neander. Like when you say Neander, it's like saying Neo. Neo means new, so we're saying Ander means man. So they're literally the new man. Like if you look up Neanderthal, they like they were around like maybe 40,000 years ago. They'll tell you. Well, they'll tell you the Homo erectus, these dark skinned people that were walking upright, were
Mm-hmm.
been around for over 4 million years. So it's like who y'all playing with? You know what I mean?
You
Y'all
know, those are
babies.
not the only two. Those are not the only two homos that walk the earth, right?
I mean, they all were dark. But I feel you know, like in Asia, they found
No,
all the
they
skulls.
wasn't. They wasn't all
Asia,
dark.
look, in Asia, they found all these skulls at the same time, like existing at the same time. So it kind of messed up the evolution thing.
So with Asian people, they most that light skin type of black or something like that.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah,
Uh,
it's just being in them cold regions.
yeah.
North Americans too. That's why we had the red man, so to speak. But North America ain't it. Like who in their right mind would have stayed up there in that snow? Even birds travel down south for the winter. You feel me? Like I know we had more sense than that. Especially when we were free. We were free and able to do what we wanted to. Why would we
I'm
stay there
so
and suffer?
confused by. So, okay, let's get back into it. The mindset of the Moor. Explain to me. So, you asked me a question. You said to me, where does all life come from? In theory, by scientific evidence, the oldest bones were found in Africa. So, by theory, they say that life starts in Africa. That's theory. That's not a fact. It's just a theory based off of science and what we've seen so far. When you get to, like, somebody mentioned in another live, the Australian people. The Australian people were the first people to leave Africa about 50,000 plus years ago, right? When you go off to everywhere else now, what could you say about that? Like, what's your theory about how life started everywhere else?
Yeah. That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
No. Like basically
Because
everywhere can
I
be.
don't understand.
Look, Australia is the only thing you name that can't be walked to. We can walk to any one of these places. Like literally.
Walk from
Land
where? America?
anywhere. Like from
Well,
here to there,
the
pretty
world
much. I
went
ain't lying.
Pangea
Even
at once.
huh?
You guys don't believe in Pangea then, right?
No, the world is still connected.
Hmm?
No, I know it's still connected. The world is
What?
still connected. You can walk from the furthest part of Asia all the way to the south of Africa, to the bottom of Africa. You can walk there.
Okay.
You can like you can Google how long your bicycle it'll take you, how long it take you walking. Like you can do it
Well,
literally because
I
it's all connected.
know from Europe you could
It's
get to like
connected.
Africa. They have this tour that they do from France to like Senegal. I know that that's possible, but I don't know about the other locations.
You could walk from Asia to South Africa?
No,
You
in
could take a
Europe,
bike?
Yes,
France, Paris,
yes.
they do a tour, like a racing tour to Senegal. So from all day France, and then they pass by wherever they pass by, and then they get to Senegal somehow.
Exactly. It's land. That's how they get in there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But yeah, you literally India, Europe. Europe ain't number three peninsulas. What we call in Europe is Asia Minor. You know, ain't nothing dividing it but a mountain. So all of that is connected. And then you got what we call in Alaska is 30 miles away from Russia. And then you got Little Diomede and Big Diomede, which are 5 miles apart from each other. And then in the wintertime, what we call the Bering Strait still freezes up. It was frozen during the Ice Age, but it still freezes up every winter,
Yeah, somebody told me that you can see Russia from Alaska. I heard.
guaranteed. Because I know right here where I'm at, metropolitan area, the city on the other side of the bridge is like 28, almost 30 miles, just like Russia. And I can see downtown build. I can see people walking. When I put the binoculars on, I can see people walking the buildings. That's how you know the earth is flat. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you might can't see it with your regular eyes. You be like, look like people over there. You put the binoculars on, you be like, man, you know what I'm saying? You feel like a sniper. You can see them way over there in another city. So yeah, same thing going with Russia and Alaska and all that. And then you got Greenland. Greenland is 10 miles away from Canada at its most narrowest point. At its most narrowest point is 10 miles away. That ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, the Earth is flat, bro. The comment. Yes, the Earth is flat. If you don't think it is, I feel sorry for you.
Because what they call him Leif Erikson, Eric the Red, all of them, they literally made it from Iceland to Greenland, which to me is one of the greatest achievements. Because everything else is connected. Everything else is connected.
Yeah.
And then I don't give Atlantic Ocean all the credit that they try to make us give it. You know what I'm saying? Like what do Europeans call the Atlantic Ocean? If you ever met a European, what do they call it? They're gonna tell you across the what? Or you from across the pond. They call it a pond. No- Nobody calls it an ocean. They don't do that about the Pacific. They don't do that about the Indian Ocean. No ocean. Yeah, Leif Erikson. Yeah, yeah, they were us. Eric the Red, red meaning red man. They want you to think red hair. Even when you say brunette in ancient world, brunette meant brunette skin. Hmm? Swarthy. They'll tell you swarthy means black hair. Swarthy meant skin. You know what I mean? All these things meant skin first, or synonymously. But people didn't just refer to, oh, you redhead. No, they were talking about red people, red men, red man. So that's why America is named after Leif Erikson. Or Eric the Red, because his son is named after him. We're not named Am Leaf, Am Leafica. We're named Am Erica, Eric from Eric the Red. And they'll literally tell you the original America is the red man, the copper colored races. Tell me, am I red or black? I'm a Moor. You know what I mean? I definitely associate it with words like Nubian too. It just means the golden people, the golden ones. Nub means gold, Nube.
Yo, brother, I want to come on here.
What's
I
going
want to.
on?
I want to give you a little gem. You said. What's it called? You said Red Nation. I had to come on here and give you a little gem. This little prophecy.
Yes, sir.
They talk about right here. The Red Nation will rise again. It shall be a blessing for a sick world. We living in a sick world. A world filled with broken promises, selfishness, and separations. That's what we living in right now. A world losing for light again. A longing for light again. I see a time of the seventh generation. This is the seventh generation of the prophecy of Crazy Horse that we live in right now. This the prophecy that he told. He said, The tree of life and the whole earth will become one again, one circle again. That's the same shit you talking. That's the same shit you talking, fam.
So I got me one. I got my first one. I had to block him. His name is literally, you know, it's a chicken is life, but to me, he's a chicken for life. You know what I'm saying? He a chicken for life. He a coward.
They ain't ready for that, bro. And I've accepted that. So some of them just gotta go.
Oh yeah, this person has been tweaking all time, all day too with their little bit of followers. 3 followers, 38 followers. Get out of here. Tweaking.
Oh yeah, I just want to come on here and drop that little gem for you. I watch your shit all the time. I appreciate you giving this message to these niggas.
I appreciate you too.
Oh yeah, fam.
That's why they be blocking me, man. They don't want nobody to like the conversation. You know what I'm saying? To gravitate to it.
No, if they do end up gravitating to it and they see this everything that we look under, like the scope that we under. Oh yeah, that's when they start getting in these lives. That's when they start. Oh yeah, that ain't true. That ain't true. That's not what my history teacher told me. Oh hell no. Fuck your teacher and fuck you, nigga.
Exactly. Hey, yeah, just like this person talking about, why do YT people have beautiful colored eyes, blue, green, and hazel? Because they lack melanin.
They because they spliced.
That's a
Shit.
benefit to you. Then
If I
hey,
could choose, if I could choose my eye color, I'd probably choose blue too. That shit pretty.
long as they do what these dark brown ones do, like we might switch up every day. You know what I'm saying? I know what you mean, but nah, in this real reality, we know ain't nothing gonna do you greater than those dark brown eyes. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, for sure. That shit a key to the universe. Looking at some dark brown eyes, some beautiful dark brown eyes.
They know it. You feel me? Even their eyes can't take the sun. Like, what are you gonna do about that? Like, stop it, stop it.
You can't even say that to them though, cause you say that and they be like, well, I can just wear sunscreen or like the sun hurts you and it doesn't hurt me. That don't tell you that we two completely different species,
That's what I was gonna speak on with the sisters when the brother was talking about us being from, in a whole other realm, maybe
right?
from space. That's why I'm gonna bring up the Superman story is our story. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right. The black people they charge from the sun. Superman
Yeah,
charged from the sun.
yeah. Literally, yeah, get his energy from the sun.
He
That's
not from
us.
here.
Yeah, he's not from it. The planet was destroyed and his seed was, placed here on Earth.
Right, right. Okay.
And he was
See,
immortal. He was a mortal man on his planet. But
right.
here, this son, he's supernatural. He's not just a natural man, he's supernatural. And that's us. Yep, Jor-El.
Oh
Yep,
yeah,
Jor-El.
I for sure heard that story before. I for sure heard that one.
Yep. Kal-El, Jor-El. His father was named Jor-El. The brother spoke right there. The more you know. Shout out to that brother. Let me
Joel,
following all them good moves.
put
Make
me on
sure I'm
that
following.
good shit.
You know what I mean? For sure. Yeah, I broke that down a long while back on my little YouTube.
You got a
Thing.
YouTube?
Yeah, I got a YouTube. When you go on my channel, it's on there,
Oh,
the link.
oh, you got your links attached somewhere to your bio or something?
Yeah, on my bio.
Bet that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get in that YouTube. See what you talking about on there.
Yeah, hey, like you ever heard of Crumb TV on YouTube?
Uh.
Yeah, you gotta look up Crumb TV.
Got
Yeah,
you.
I be on there killing it. You know what I'm saying? And there's always a lot of content, so you'll like that channel.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, I ain't got number like a little thousand, almost 1,000 on YouTube. But Crumb TV, they got over 30,000, like 38,000.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's like you the main platforms be the ones, bro, that you can't get your what you want to say out for real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
Not, not with
Yeah,
that or with the algorithm active. They don't want that shit.
exactly. I ain't gonna lie, I changed my name. When you go on my YouTube, you're gonna see the name. My name on there is Shadow Band. I changed it to Shadow Band.
Right.
They won't stop. They won't stop striking me. You know what I mean?
And what you gonna do about a shadow ban? Like you gonna tell them stop, please? Nah, that shit ain't gonna work.
Just keep going hard. You know what I mean?
For sure. That's the only thing we can do. Shit, our ancestors proud. We finally getting back to what they was on, man.
Yeah, for real. Like they can finally rest a little. Like when people doing wrong, we feel like they turning over in their grave. Like maybe they can start to rest a little. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
You got
nigga. That's what they be singing in the wind, bro. They be singing. That's a whole soul singing in the wind, bro.
for real, for real.
They be happy now.
Yep, that's why them hurricanes and all that be meaning something. You know what I mean? It be real.
All of that tectonic weapons in Turkey. But we seen tectonic weapons before. That ain't the first time we seen them in history. Think about them mud floods and shit.
Man, people be acting crazy, man. It's just like saying, like with a guy right here, what his name, Astro Baby. Like we got to stop pitting each other. These melanated people against each other. He says Africa has minerals only. America has all. That's like literally saying we talking about Mother Earth, right? That's like saying her toes just have minerals. Her fingers have rings
Right?
and all. Like
They don't. They understand what they're saying, but
still Mother
then
Earth,
they don't realize the whole. It's one continent.
one
It's
body.
all connected.
Yeah. Like what?
So what's it matter if her toes got it? If it's the whole, it's one body.
Exactly.
And that's they knew that back then, and that's why they used to put the North Pole was in the middle of the plane, and then they had Antarctica surrounding the plane. That's how all the maps were, and it was changed in 1965. That's a good estimate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
That's
know
when they
you're
started introducing the globe
talking.
model.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like,
But it's like a lot of our family get locked up in their religion, and once they get locked up inside of it, they can't spread their knowledge anywhere else, and their brains are not being used the way they're supposed to be.
hmm exactly.
We got great minds out here that are locked into religion.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. And then I mean, I can always still say it's never what you do, but how you do it. You know what I mean? And it's easy to see that a lot of people not doing it right. You know what I mean? For real.
What you say? My shit was lagging.
Yeah, I don't know why it's kind of like skipping. It's kind of skipping a little bit. I heard you kind of go in and out a little bit. You can hear me now though?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. You can hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you, Clip.
All right, for sure, for sure.
I'm on here
This
about
is
another
great.
10. Yeah, I
For
ain't gonna
sure.
lie. I might have to start going live myself because dudes won't let you speak. They want to block
Yep.
you.
Yep.
It'd be like,
Yep.
hey, you being so lame. It's like, where you from? Block. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They don't
it,
be ready, and that's why I feel like they don't understand how the old world worked. Like niggas wasn't just like fighting this shit. Like you can't just fight continuously and have what we have now. There had to have been talks that have been made for peace, or this shit wouldn't be here at all. We have to have people who can come forth and set forth standards for us that we can follow that are good for us. And that's what we've done in the past. But
yeah,
now there ain't no guidelines on TikTok. You come on TikTok, no, bruh. They will say they give their opinion, and if you are not fond of their opinion, then they don't care. That's the end of it.
exactly. Hey, no, the person asking about, like he just dropped some science though. The brother more, when he said something about the Africa's plate or tectonic plate or whatever, continental plate is
Right.
under Mississippi, all the way under Mississippi. But I know for sure what I can say is that the soil in Florida has been tested in the exact same soil as Africa. You feel me? We got the same crocodiles in Florida, where I'm at, Florida. We got the same exact crocodiles as the Nile River.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good point. From where I'm from Southwest Virginia, right?
Yeah.
We got a river here. It's only two in the world like this. It's only two in the world. It flows south, north, and the only other river to do that is the Nile.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Or it might be the Niger. It's either the Nile or the Niger.
I'm
The
saying, what
only
river
rivers.
does that in Virginia? What river does that?
It's called the New River. It's by Radford University, by Virginia Tech. It's by all those little universities. Yeah, it's the one of the oldest rivers in the world because once they get so old they start flowing a completely different way. They've been through a magnetic pole shift.
Yeah, like I don't know about that. When people be talking about archaeology, says me, archaeologists have never said that about America. It don't mean it's not true, but that's an assumption. You know, the archaeologists definitely ain't told us that. They're not gonna tell us that. You know what I mean?
Egypt
Like,
is Kemet. I, that's my belief. I don't even think Egypt is Egypt. I think that's the name they gave it. I
of
think
course,
I
yeah,
think
yeah. I thought
that's
you sound
Kemet.
well.
Egypt Kemet.
You sound well studied when you say that because that's the God honest truth.
Right,
It's not
right, right, right.
Egypt is a new word.
We got Timbuktu. We got Timbuktu, the ancient library of Timbuktu that was in Kemet. And then we also what's the other one? There's another great place that I have forgot
Yeah,
that
Egypt
our
is a new word.
ancestors they had ascended. They didn't leave, but that like they didn't die, but they had ascended in those areas.
Yeah,
And that's what they did. That's what those pyramids are there for. The energy connect us, and then that's why they took the Ben stones off.
yeah, yeah. To me, it's just a signature. You know what I mean? When you see these pyramids, you know what time it is. It's just like
Hmm.
with a flag. The reason they put flags up on a pole is because if you can see that flag, you literally stand under it. If you
Right.
stand under it, that's called understanding. So guess what? You're gonna have to understand that this says dominance. This is like saying this flag rules this land. From if you can see this flag, it rules you.
Oh yeah, and if
Can't
you
see
know
it,
about the
you
real,
good.
if you
You
know
can do
about the
whatever you want.
realness of the flag, the American flag, I've done my studying of that as well. You got 13. It started with what? 13 colonies, 13 stars, 13 families.
Hmm.
You got what? You got your seven true ribs, right? And then you got your six false ribs, right? Ain't that what it is? You got your
But you
true ribs, and then you got your false ribs,
you
and
talking about
that's
on your body, your ribs.
yeah your real ribs. And this is what this represents the chamber, and this represents the chambers for your chakras.
Well, I was just gonna say, like what they be saying in the Bible, it like kind of let us all wrong because males and females both have the same amount of ribs. Males and females.
It's all it's a spell if you really get down to it without wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They do a lot of spell work just underlying. If you look on the back of your dollar, you got a $1 bill. On the back of it, um, the words to the pyramid that those when you translate them, it's like creating to the new world order. Fuck whatever the fuck that means. You can look that up for sure. Just look on the back of a dollar bill. New World Order. We been talking about that.
Okay, I got the God in the building. I was gonna request you. I ain't want to bug you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was gonna request for you to come up here, but I ain't want to bug you. I'm glad
Oh
you hit
no,
the
you
button.
good, brother. But yeah, speaking more on the dollar. So you got to look at it like this: the ancient Egyptians are Moors, and everybody coming out with all this evidence in America being Egypt. With that being said, you got to relate that to the dollar bill. Why would you put a pyramid on the back of the dollar bill? So
And
where,
and and that was their symbol. It was literally why would that be their symbol?
right? So where it came from was it was our seal, our symbol for this nation. When the Europeans came over, basically what they did was they put a storefront on top of our land. So if you don't know, the United States is a corporation, it's a business. So all they did was they came in and they put this business on top of our land and basically hid us and erased us from history. But they kept our symbols in basically in plain sight. But if you can't spot and identify the symbols, you'll never know how it relates to us. So on the dollar bill itself, there's an owl on there, a tiny owl. So the owl is the ancient Egyptian hieroglyph for more. So that represents our nation. Then you also on there you have the spider. The spider comes from the Masons, so they're also known as the widow's sons. So that's why both of these little hidden symbols are on the dollar bill, representing both nations. So the European nation and the Moorish nation. But like I said, basically they just wrote us out and deleted us from history. And through the education indoctrination system, that's where these Native Americans get confused and you know uh, basically associate with the indoctrinated history that we've all been taught, like, oh, you guys all come from Africa, all this, all that. But then again, that doesn't make sense because you find heavily melanated people all throughout the world, so how could they all just come from this central location? So they would have to be, when you look back at every civilization, you'll find the original people are heavily melanated people. It don't matter what civilization you go to, they're going to be heavily melanated people.
Oh yeah, you
The
brought up the
original, the
owl. I like
original
that.
mongrel people, heavily melanated people. The Huns, all of these people, they're all heavily melanated, all Moors. But you have
Tartarian.
to you
Yeah,
have to trace the history and the word to be able to associate everybody and connect it, because it's way bigger than what people think.
I like that you brought up the owl and how the owl means the Moor because they in Bohemian Grove they got hella shit on Bohemian Grove. They
yeah,
go
Moloch.
there and they worship the owl.
Of course. So
And then
so like,
The Pope,
oh, go
he
ahead,
go
bro.
behind closed doors, and the Pope he worship Black Madonna. Why he
That's what I was
worship
just
Black
about to say.
Madonna? Right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Matter of fact, what did you say? You said the spider also, and that's also a god. You talking about the god Anasazi.
yep.
You feel me?
So yeah, so it all comes from us. It's all stolen. You just have to know how to take it back and reconnect it through the history and everything. So for instance, one is like when I started tracing all this stuff, one piece that really connected it together for me was finding, I think it was like the 10th century Moorish Croatian king. So now we think of Croatian, we like, the hell, like ain't no melanated, people that look like us in Croatia. But yeah, we rule the world. That's why this history is so dangerous and they can't let it out. We rule the world. We civilized the world, we rule the world, we taught everyone. And it's like, you when the deeper you go and the more you'll find more cultural connections.
You'll see you can find melanated people. You can find them with pirates, and the pirates were in America.
Exactly, the Corsairs.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. I appreciate you giving me that name. How you spell that? How you spell that?
Corsairs, is it
Hello, guys.
Corsaires? I think so.
Oh yeah.
Can I talk?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. How you doing,
I'll be
chocolate girl?
quick. I'll be quick. I only came here because I saw comments like Africa has nothing and America has everything. And like, do they not know what American or Euro Americans also steal from Africa? They know what the United States is going to do in African countries? Because damn, we
See,
Africans, I don't know you guys, if you're Native America, if you're Japanese, I don't know. But we Africans people having from Europe, Asia, Middle West, and United States. So how can I read comments like this? Did you guys know fucking Africa feeds the fucking world?
so here's where the disconnect comes in between us. We've both been fed incorrect histories. and we've been taught to look at each other differently. So here in America, they try to give us an impression of Africa being this dirt poor country, all this other stuff. But in reality, it's where they're getting all their resources and everything from. So, we're taught to perceive you guys in one way, the same way that you guys are taught to perceive
That's
us in a
facts.
different way.
That's facts.
Because I seen one video where the lady said she was coming to America, and when she was going through immigration services, they had to teach her what black people were and how they're dangerous and to stay away from them.
I know.
And,
I live in Europe.
Okay, we back in the building. Man, I be hearing everybody say all that crazy stuff. Y'all Pan Africans hit the Pan Americans and Pan Africans. Y'all all hit the link. I be cutting Pan Africans and I be cutting Pan Americans. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? Only when you wrong. You feel me? I chop it up. Other than that, we can just chop it up in peace. But it's all peace regardless, though. I don't know if y'all know about this right here. Since I say peace, I'm gonna let y'all know this is the peacetime flag. Y'all ain't never seen it a day in your life because they've only flew it about, they say 65. I doubt it. 65 out of 270 years. So really, they ain't flying it. Y'all talking about Suwu? Y'all wild. Bro, trying to find out about the Moors though. What it do? What you need to know? Yeah, this the peacetime flag. This is the real flag that we should have flying. You know, the flag that we used to is called a war banner. You know, so that's what we dealing with. We dealing with war banners, calling it a flag. It's not a flag. It's a banner. Banners fly over seas. You know what I mean? This is the real flag. This is the peacetime flag. Man, y'all people be tweaking. I'll be talking about what somebody look like. Y'all go to hit them profiles quick to see what somebody look like, man. What y'all be on, man? Like, we ain't even looking at y'all profile. We just looking at your comment and knowing something messed up about you. Dang, Moore's got BS going on. Come on, man. What you talking about? Let me see. Tell me about it. What y'all ain't got enough followers? Then you gonna have to type it. You have to type it. I'm over here talking about the peacetime flag. Y'all still trying to get your edification about the Moors just from me. When, it's a worldwide web, and if you believe the first thing you see, then you're gonna get bullshit, you're gonna get, something that's probably not very truthful. They hit you with half truths. And if it ain't the whole truth, it's a lie. That's how I look at it. Stop that crap. Y'all be tweaking. I ain't one of the people say we ain't this and we ain't that. but nobody knows. So I ain't worrying about that. You know, we are from Africa if that's where all life comes from. But since nobody knows where all life comes from, then we don't have to say that. But we got a connection with the people in Africa. But you trying to connect us with a land. People move around the world. So it's just like when I say indigenous. That's why I say indigenous means to the planet. If indigenous people move from their land, are they not they're still indigenous. Indigenous means not two genes. It don't mean I'm the first one on this land. It mean I'm not two gened. Yes, indigenous simultaneously means the first on the land because the people who are not hybrid are the first people of a land. Indigenous means to the planet, man. Y'all wake up. What you talking about? I look good. Talking about I'm ashamed to be son. Whatever I am, they look good. They got a brain. Gonna get the job done. Whatever, all that. So, I ain't European. How about that? Y'all wish y'all act stupid so y'all could, give me reported. This for entertainment purposes only. I ain't scared of Africa. If that's how you want to go at it. Because you got the same languages of the Canaanites spoken right here. I don't get what you saying. Y'all think the Bible like gave y'all a definitive on locations and stuff. When you dealing with many, many books, when you talking about the Bible, that's many, many books. Those books were from around the world. Those books were from different cultures. You think all them books, man, that's just like spices came from around the world. You think all of those books came from one neighborhood, man, one country or something. Like, y'all crazy. And it's coming through different eras, like hundreds of years, thousands of years, all collected. You sleeping. Astro baby, I don't want to be the same, man. I don't want to be the same. You can bleach yours. You can bleach yours away, man. You ain't no more. You know what I'm saying? See, the thing about a lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to realize. I feel like if y'all woke up dark as hate, like real dark skin, y'all hate. You know what I'm saying? Y'all will commit suicide. Hopefully not. I'm just saying. I feel like a lot of y'all might do some crazy things. I don't want y'all to hurt yourself if y'all wake up very dark skinned. I wish everybody typing would wake up dark, real dark, jet black. I wish all y'all would wake up jet black. Hmm? And if the truth ills them, then let them fry. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. Just tell me, would it be a nightmare if you woke up jet black? If you woke up dark skinned, would it be a nightmare? I'm talking to people who are brown skinned, red skin. I'm talking to everybody. Huh? Y'all hate being dark. Y'all hate it. Y'all hate being dark. Let me know. That's what y'all on. I'm feeling like a lot of y'all, you know, scared to get dark. I get darker than this. I wouldn't. What am I? I ain't gonna. I ain't. It ain't gonna hurt me. I'm gonna be good in the skin I'm in. I get lighter too, but I don't be. I don't be happy with that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like I'm a real original. 'Cause I can get light as light. I can get dark as dark. Some of y'all only got one choice. You know, I got choices. I got options. How you gonna hate that we can't come together when you just said we not the same? And if we not the same, why we gotta fight over that? If that's what we fight over that, like that dumb saying, everybody be like, all skin folk ain't kin folk. Like, don't you know if all skin folk was kin folk, that would be incest? We not. Everybody ain't kicking it like some of y'all kick it. I heard y'all talking about your ancestors being related to each other. I heard you, boy. You gotta be crazy. You gotta be crazy. Guess all skin folk, kin folk. Where you from? We ain't all kin folk. That's dumb. That mean it'd be incest. So that saying is just retarded. It's like people want to argue when they be like, all skin folk ain't kin folk. Duh. Is that like science or something? Is that some high science to y'all all of a sudden? Like, I don't, that ain't nothing. What is that saying? That's like what? All people, everybody in the world is not related. Good. Every dark skinned person not related. They better not be. I got all my baby mamas dark skinned, or they melanated women, so we better not all be related. No. We better not all be kinfolk. Yeah, I don't know what happened last time. They kicked my people off. Yeah, I can't get none of y'all in wrench, man. All y'all wild. But I ain't gonna block you though. I ain't like that. I'm gonna let you live. I just want to see what y'all got to say. I'm sure we're gonna agree on something. I'm trying to see, you know. But if you're talking, crap about me, I don't think we're gonna agree on it. But if you could drop some science, not beliefs and opinions, I'm sure we can agree on something. Mm. Any thoughts on the anti-indigenous rhetoric? What do you say? Or rhetoric rising about Native American? Yeah, it's sad. I ain't got nothing against nobody who was here before Columbus. That's the first thing I ever told them about the Moors. I'm like,